Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing. It's really just an unzipping of a pouch to share with you guys. This knife was sent to me by Tools for Gents and by extension Midgards Messer. I have not unzipped it yet. They sent me a huge heavy box full of a ton of stuff. It was way too much stuff for one unboxing video, so I figured I'd spread them out and kind of do them in groups. This one I wanted to do on its own because the Midgards Messer knives tend to be, you know, big and kind of ridiculous, and it generally deserves their own videos. This knife, I don't know if it's available or not. I'll link Tools for Gents down below. If you guys have not checked out Tools for Gents, definitely do. They've got stuff that's either really hard to find anywhere else or it's not found anywhere else. And a lot of the big, crazy, overbuilt Midgards Messer knives, this is where people are getting them. So it's worth checking out. If you're confused when you get there, just be sure to change the, you know, if you speak English, just make sure to change the language to English. Thanks so much to Tools for Gents for sending this in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. And please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. All right. It's definitely weighty, but it's not. It doesn't feel like massive. Oh yeah, I remember them sending a picture of this guy. What is this? Oh, they're the. Are they titanium scales? Okay, so it comes with wood, and you can get I might do that actually on camera. What is happening? Is this a, is this a backlock? What is this? Surely it says on the thing, NSCM. Okay, I'm gonna put the name of it on screen. For Midgards Messer, more reasonable. So this, I think. Yeah, it's a backlock. What's happening? Oh, okay. So it locks in the close position? No. This is bizarre. It's a backlock, a super robust backlock. And you know what I'm realizing now is that it also has the extra, or wait, does it? What is this? Oh, wait, no. What is this? Why is there a pin? Okay, I'm really confused by this. We got some extra screws and stuff, right? But we also have these scales, and we have this. Where does this go? Like through here, right? Yeah. So where is the access for this? Is it under the scales? Okay, hang on. Well, I'm just gonna do this. Get my chair. I'm just gonna do this. I want to find out what the heck's going on here. This is interesting. I've certainly never seen. Look at this. Like, I mean, the backlock. I've seen that before, but I've not seen a lock do this. And then you have to like push it down, and then as you pull it up, it releases. It's like a very, very strange. Instead of a traditional backlock, it's like a lever. I'm not so sure that the position that you put your hand into, make sure that that's going to go into place is putting your hand in the safest spot. But yeah, okay. So let's take these inlays out. Come on out of there, you goofball. Couple of screws. This should come out pretty easily. I don't know about you guys. I'm not the biggest fan of wood. Yeah, okay. So this does. It does this. What the heck? Okay, so if you want to use the pin lock, you have to take the scales off. Oh, no. There's a spot on the titanium scales. Okay, all right. I just needed to look instead of I'm goofing around here, and I just need to look just a little bit longer. So let's put these on. Oh, that looks much better right off the bat. These lip up intentionally over, where did that other screw go? Oh, it's right here. These lip up intentionally over the rest of the titanium. So we're just going to get these back into place there nicely. Good, yes. Okay. Well, this is much more to my liking aesthetically. It's okay if you like wood. I'm not coming down on you if you're a wood lover. It's okay. I'm not judging you. But I am not the biggest fan of wood. So there you have it. Okay, I'm going to take this. I'm taking the pocket clip off because it looks like we're going to have to do that to get to these right here. I realize I could edit this and make it faster, but I don't know that there's really a reason to do that. I mean, some people like to sit and watch the entire process, right? Surely. Okay. The inlays, I think, these also, I think, I don't know. It's just like these wood scales. They don't, they're, and this isn't the case with just Tools for Gents, but it's like anything. When you make a wood inlay, it doesn't always look the best at the edges because wood is, you know, splintery. So after you machine it or cut it or whatever, it just doesn't quite look as clean as titanium. In some cases it does. In this case, it's not what I want. I just wanted it to be like this. Okay, so now we can do this thing, right? So it's still a weird... Yeah, okay, so the safest way to do this, it's very clicky and very strange. But once you get to here, it will not close on its own because this is still, it's not in place. So the safest way to do it is to turn it like this and just push in on this and in on this at the same time. But from here, I thought that this was like locking it in the closed position. You can pull and it will release everything and lock out without having to push that down. So you have to push it down to release it from the open position, and you have to push it down again right here, which is weird. I don't know why they chose to do it like that. I'm making sure that these inlay screws are actually all the way in. You don't want, this is why I like this little chubby little driver, because you can put teeny tiny amounts of torque on it and feel exactly what you're doing without, you know, going overboard and stripping things out. So now, boy, it does make a lot of satisfying noises. Now, if you want to, you can screw down this little pin lock thing, making it, you know, locked out by the back lock and that pin, which is extremely strong. Some people aren't going to look at that and say, I don't like that, you know, setup versus, you know, something that's a little bit more simple and has the same amount of strength, like a triad lock. And I can understand that, because if you want, I mean, if you find yourself in a position where you need the extra fortification of that pin, it is very likely that whatever you are about, excuse me, whatever you are about to do is not something that you should be doing with a pocket knife. I mean, let's be real. I know we're gonna have a bunch of bills arguing, right? But you just shouldn't be doing it, right? So, yeah, you'd have to take this with you. You'd have to like put it on your keys or whatever. But I mean, this lock is probably going to be plenty. As far as all the Midgards Messer knives go, this one is one of the most realistic, and I'll tell you why. I mean, it is ridiculously thick. We have very nearly a 1/4 inch blade stock here. The scales are, you know, at least 1/5 of an inch, right? Probably almost 1/4 too. So this is, I mean, this is a big, thick, crazy, silly lockback. But it's a little bit smaller than like the Viking or even the mini Viking, and the height of the blade, I'm not going to say it gets thin. I'm not going to push that. The height of the blade absolutely does allow it to at least get more slicey than some of the other stuff. It slices even better than I legitimately thought that it would, right? There's your cuts on the paper. It'll do that. Little tank. Somewhat comfortable. The pocket clip is not following the curvature of the back end like we normally see with these Midgards Messer knives. It is very big though. You're getting a lot of titanium and, unfortunately, CPM D2. There's nothing wrong with CPM D2, but I don't think that's the steel that people really want to see on these knives. I think people have been choking it down because regardless of what you think about these, they're very popular. Midgards Messer designs are extremely popular. But I think it would be a good idea to utilize a different composition, right? I don't know if they just like bought up a ton of CPM D2 and they just got it lying around. I think that a switch to a stainless, even if it's not, it doesn't need to be the next biggest, newest thing, right? I'm not saying like make it Magna Cut because Magna Cut. Switch to like S35VN or something like that. I think that's a little bit easier for people to swallow because I know how these are priced, right? It's easier for people to swallow than CPM D2. There's nothing wrong with CPM D2. It's fine, and it's made by Crucible. This is an American composition, right? But S35VN, in my opinion, has a better balance of things, like corrosion resistance is much better, and you still have very, very good edge retention and toughness, and it just feels like a more premium composition. It's easier to pay a little bit more money for something like that. And I would love to see S45VN, though I imagine, despite it being incrementally different than S35VN, it is much more expensive, right? So I don't know. This is neat, though, and I will absolutely review it. So give me a couple of weeks to spend some time with it, and I will give you a full, comprehensive review. I think that's going to be pretty much it for today's unboxing. Thanks so much to Tools for Gents for sending it in. Like I said, please check out the link down below if you have not gone through Tools for Gents websites and just looked around. They have a lot of really cool stuff down there. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.